This is Jason with Geiserwoodturner, and we're doing part 3 of our video series on using beginning wood turning tools. Today we're going to be using a parting tool to set the depth on our wood blank for our foot massager. Let me introduce you to a parting tool, and it's a very useful tool in a woodturner's kit. And with a parting tool, you can set the depth of how deep you want to go on a project. On the end, you can clean it up and make it perfectly 90 degrees to the outside of your cylinder. Let me show you a little bit about a parting tool. It's basically a flat bar, and it is ground to a point, and it has a bevel on each side, and it basically pares away the wood. It's really useful if you want to cut all the way through the piece of wood, and it's also useful for setting a depth or diameter. And I use a set of calipers like this, or sometimes I'll use a different type of calipers. It's just going to get me to the diameter I need. So in order to use a parting tool, I like to rest it in a vertical position on the tool rest, and I'll slide my hand up close to the tool rest, and I can use the back of the tool to move it up and down. And there's a couple of different ways to approach your cut when you're parting. You can push straight in, and it will cut away the wood until you reach the desired depth, or you can drop the handle and rest the bevel on the piece of wood, and then as you raise the handle, it will pare away the wood and you'll reach your desired depth, and it will go all the way to the center if you want it to. Okay, so the first cut I'm going to show you is that straight in cut. Remember, you don't have to use the whole blade. We can take little bites just like we did before. Now we're going to try that paring cut, and you can tell that it takes it down just a little bit faster. I like this cut because it's really smooth. Okay, and then in order to get us down to the right diameter, I'm going to use a set of calipers, and I think I have them set for 1.25 inches. Okay, now we're going to make a cut with one hand with our parting tool. We'll hold it with one hand and lock that into our body, and with our calipers we'll put that up to the spinning piece of wood. And if that makes you feel uncomfortable at all, you don't have to do this. You can always stop more often and check the depth. If you hold it up here and just lightly rub the calipers on the end, it will slip over the tenon when your cut reaches the right diameter, and we'll watch that happen right now. Alright, our depth is set on one end. Basically on the other side we'll make the same type of cuts. We'll do our paring cut where we lift the handle and take little bites again. You don't have to use the whole blade, or you can go straight in. You're going to get a little bit more vibration with that sometimes. So we can take those paring cuts, and you don't have to hold the calipers up there until you get down to where you know you're pretty close. So we're going to put the calipers up here, and again with one hand locked into the body, and lightly touch it to that tenon or spigot, and then we're going to pare away that wood and keep going down until that slips over, and then we'll know that we're at the correct diameter that we want. There we go. And it looks like I need to just clean up a little bit of wood right here. This has been part 3 of our video series on beginning wood turning tools. In this video we used a parting tool to set the depth on the ends of our foot massager. In the next video we're going to be using a skew chisel to shape the taper on our foot massager.